joined the military late in life. I joined in 33. I think I looked at joining the military as a way to escape some of the things that weren't fitting right in my life.
Yeah.
Right around then, so we struggled to have kids.
Yeah.
It took us a lot of hardship and emotional toll trying to have our first child. So, go to basic training, graduate September of 08, find out I'm pregnant again December of 08.
Wow.
It didn't stay, so it devastated me again.
I'm sorry.
I'm working at the Hoover Dam, in a position inside the Hoover Dam, and I kept getting lightheaded. And I didn't know why I was getting lightheaded.
Yeah.
This is January. Go to the doctor, I'm 3 weeks pregnant.
So this is the third time?
This would have been the fourth time.
This is the fourth time. So you had 3 miscarriages before.
So, and I'm thinking, like, not thinking very much because I had already had such a devastation.
Yeah.
And I'm still fit, basic training. So, turns out it stuck. And I had a very healthy,
God bless.
delivery, very healthy delivery. Aiden was, I think he was 6 when I deployed in 2016. I was based in Kuwait.
Wow.
But I had the territory from Iraq down to Qatar. That whole space, anything that had to do with money in that space, fell through my brigade.
So how long were you over there?
We were over there about 10 months. We were gone early January. January 4th, I think we were wheels up for theater and wheels up to pre-MOB, to MOB. And we came back right before Veterans Day of 2016. I came home to a substantial amount of debt, and that was so overwhelming for me. I did not have enough energy. I was so depleted from the deployment. There was nothing left in me. It culminated in divorce. At first, it was tough.
Yeah.
It was tough.
How old was he at the time of the divorce?
He was 7.
He was 7,
6.
okay.
He might have been 6.
Okay, yeah.
And I came home, and my pride was like, "This, I got this.
Yeah.
I got this." So November, a week after I get back, I'm back at work. I'm going out. I'm doing the networking. Somewhere around February, I realized I don't got this. And by early April, I fell to my knees. Literally, I fell to my knees. Spiritually, I fell. Emotionally, I fell. I couldn't carry anymore. I was looking at a broken marriage. I was looking at a child that was addicted to video games. I was looking at financial debt that I didn't know how to fix. I came home with my own inner struggles where working full-time was really hard. Focusing for 30 minutes at a time was really hard.
Wow.
I could not come back to the life that I had and take over at the same treadmill speed that I left it at. And I thought I could. And what it did was it flung me so far back, I fell to my knees. I came back, I thought I was the only one. I thought I was the only one coming back cracked and broken and dealing with invisible wounds and visible wounds.
Yeah.
And I thought I was the only one. And it's funny that on Facebook, about a year later, pop, all these different people that I deployed with were talking about how they just came through a year of depression and they just overcame a year of isolation or a year of addiction. And I thought, I genuinely thought I was the only one. And it turns out I wasn't.
No, you're not alone.
And if we had communicated with each other and we had shared that and allowed that to dissipate with the other members that experienced that, how much faster we would have come out of that if we knew we weren't alone.
If I asked you to describe who you are now, how would you describe yourself?
I look at the 3 years prior to 2019. I look at the 3 years prior, and I think that I was set up to be on a spiritual mission, because there is no way that what I went through the past 3 years is going to go without meaning something. It was a lot of heartache, and the deployment was not easy, even separating my marital challenges. My friends, people that were somewhat strangers to me on that deployment, there were so many things that went wrong that I came home with a lot of that weight. And so there's no way that deployment and the year following with the divorce and the year following with the failing businesses, that doesn't mean something. And I truly believe that it was a spiritual gift that came from all of that. I feel it. I see it. I'm still trying to unwrap that gift and see where it takes me. But I have a lot more faith than I did before I left for that deployment.
You have experienced so much that most people would crack. They really would, and I've seen that, right? But then you figure out the fact that you weren't meant to crack. This is a learning experience.
I call it a lesson.
Yeah. I understand that.
Lessons on, and I call it my ships. These are my ships. So with the deployment, it was really about leadership. And the following year, it was about relationships. And the following year was about business partnerships.
Wow.
And this year is the year of ownership. So the more I take ownership for the energy, in going back to you asking about my son, the more I take responsibility not only for my own actions, but the actions that interact, converge, and diverge with the two of us. I become more protective and aware of how those energies affect my energy and how that impacts my ability to do what I believe is my mission going forward.
I love everything you just said. Well, Miss Annie, you have again inspired me, and I'm so happy that you made it through and that you now have a mission statement, so to speak. You know what you're supposed to do, and I hope that you'll share that story, because we're certainly going to share your story with as many people as we possibly can. So thank you. With the MOJ Show, we try to do a lot of what you do, charity and just connecting with people and making things happen. So when I found out about your story, I said, you know what? This could be a really great segment in our show. And that segment is called Harmony, HARM, and stands for Hope and Relief Mission. So like you, going out into the community and finding people like you and figuring out how we can help them or contribute or just, give them a good word or two. So the MOJ Show would like to invite you and your son, Aiden, to a complimentary dinner at Il Chianti. And we want you to enjoy it, have fun on us, and don't worry about anything. It's the best Italian food you'll ever taste in your life. And in addition to that, because of all that you do, we are so very honored and humbled to present to you this $500 check from the MOJ Show to you and your son. Because I think what you do is very important. And I think that your journey is a journey that should be shared with other people. And I hope that you will continue to do that.
I got this far.
Yeah. And I think you will. So this is for you. And I want to thank you for all you do in